For change, today we are going to start the show with someone live from London. This is someone who should have been in Ukraine as of this evening. And we have the Uganda Cranes midfielder, Farouk Miya. Farouk, good evening. Good to see you in very good spirit. Farouk, I can't hear you yet. Maybe we need to sort out our studio sound here. Yeah, but that's Farouk Miya, Uganda Cranes midfielder, who actually plays for Dynamo Lviv in Ukraine. So we would love to hear from him as we start the show from... good evening, Farouk.
Good evening, is fine. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Mark.
Oh, good to see you. Good to see you. Where are you right now? Because I've just told our viewers that you actually play your football in Lviv, one of the cities in Ukraine. Where are you right now?
Right now I'm in London.
You're in London?
Yeah.
I would imagine that the past few days have been very, very difficult because the city where you play your football has been under attack with the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. First recount for us, when the war started last week, Wednesday night into Thursday morning, where did that find you?
Actually, first of all, by the time everything started, we were not even in the country, like a team. The team had in preparation in Turkey for pre-season. So by the time we went to Ukraine, everything was okay. Until the night of Thursday, because I had to do my paperwork to Ukraine about the federation and everything to start the league.
Okay.
And then the case started. But the case started when I was already in embassy, Ukrainian embassy.
Okay.
So when the thing started, I just had to leave the next day.
How easy was it to get out? Because I've been watching a lot of television over the past few days, like most of us are, and it's been very difficult to get onto a train to leave, or for those few who can get to the airport. It's been very, very difficult. How difficult was that for you to get access?
I think the main problem, the main issue is in the capital city, Kiev.
Okay.
That's where the main problem is. But in Lviv, there's nothing there because I speak with my teammates and everyone's fine. Most of the people are from that side because Lviv is close to Poland. It's the border, almost close to the border.
Okay.
So nothing has happened yet there, that side. But the issue is in Kiev. That's where everything's happening from there.
Okay.
But now it's difficult to go outside of the country because now the situation is much tighter than before. On Thursday, everything was much easier. There were no much restriction at the border.
Okay. Okay. Andrew is dying to ask you a question.
Farouk, nice to see you and speak to you after some time.
I speak again. It's been a while.
The last time we chatted, actually today, you were coming from training. Now you are not at your club. You're in London. So where are you training from?
Yes, just training, like individual training. Training.
I didn't hear that.
We didn't get the last part of
I don't know what I mean. Individual training, like
individual training.
I know what that.
Okay, so it's not at the Emirates.
It's not at the Emirates or at Old Trafford.
No, it's in London.
Okay.
So it's Stamford Bridge, maybe, or somewhere.
Mia, let's just build on that. Now, you've been quite away since you were at Kanyaspor in Turkey. And the country has been wondering, where is our golden boy? We no longer hear from him. The last I chatted with the national team coach, you were in London. And it was quite a pleasant surprise when I heard you had signed for a team in Ukraine. So that period when you had no team, could you kindly recount for us how you managed to, persevere through it, and whether did you ever think maybe will I get another team? That period, how do you manage to go through it?
Yeah, I would say it was quite a difficult time during my career life. I would say it was a difficult time. But I had to go through it with my family, the close friends, to persist, to get well for training, to keep fit every day. But I managed to go through it. But it was quite difficult. Finding a team, training, finding a right club, for the opportunity because of the COVID issue. It was quite difficult, challenging. But I'm here. But then after I got the club, then after issue more, so 7 years again.
So Farouk, you say you this is Mark. You say you've been communicating with your teammates, yeah? But
we have a group.
But what is the club telling you? What are they saying? Do you have any timelines right now about when you might get back into Ukraine? Will you get back into Ukraine at all? What do they think? Does the club have an official line? Do they think the talks in Belarus are working, or do they think certain Mr. Putin is going to bomb Ukraine off the face of the earth? What is the situation like? I want to read into that and what you think about getting back there.
No, actually, the director of the club, we chat in the group. So he spoke with the team. They say, because with this, what's going on in the country, I think the league was suspended for 30 days.
30 days.
30 days, yeah, that's what the president said like that. So 30 days, and we see what will happen next. But according to what is happening, I think it will go further than that. So they just communicate and say, you have to keep busy, you have to keep fit.
Okay.
What
is the constitution of your team in terms of nationalities? Are they all Ukrainian? The other big teams in Ukraine have a lot of Brazilians, and what we read on the internet is these guys and their families actually suffering in there. How is your team?
Yeah.
And, what is the make? Was it only you who had to escape, or were there other foreigners?
So actually, our team had like 3 foreigners only.
Only 3.
Most of them, they're Ukrainians.
Okay, and the other guys, where are the other guys from?
One is from Romania, one is from France.
Oh, okay, so they are European.
And they all left, they all went back.
They are white European, so they could live.
Yeah.
Because we know, we were getting stories that black people are not even crossing the border into Poland. They were not getting onto the trains. They were not allowed to.
Yeah, it's true.
The Ukrainians, yeah?
Yeah, it's true. It's difficult right now. Even they told me in the chatting, because I was trying to ask them what's going on in Lviv. And they told me now the situation is really, really difficult to go outside. You have someone like, by the time the situation happened to me, I was already in the embassy of Ukraine trying to fix the papers. So it was much easier to leave because the border was still open.
Okay. You really got lucky, I think, because some of the Brazilian players we've had from, we've read about are really, really struggling under those circumstances. But what do you get from that WhatsApp group and everything? What is the sense of how this is going to pan out? Do you know? I don't want you to go political or anything, but I just want you to give us a sense of what you feel is going to happen.
I don't think they're sure, even them, because even most of them, they're saying we're not sure. Coach tried to explain, say, we don't know what will happen next, but you just have to keep yourself fit and to be communicating if anything changes or something happens.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Farouk Miya. We are very, very happy that you are safe wherever you are in London. I've been trying to contact you for several days until eventually I got through. And at some point I had to talk to the national teams officer, Paul Mukatabala. I want to let you go. Maybe one more question.
One more for
yeah, because in the interest of time, and Farouk Miya has been telling me that he's actually at a COVID-19 testing center and needs to pick his COVID test so he can be allowed to go where he's supposed to go right now. So quickly, we need to get this done.
Miya, mine is simple. Your message to Uganda Cranes fans, because they've been missing.
A message? Yes, sir, this everyone at home. Thank you everyone for the kind of messages I've been receiving all over the world, all over in Uganda. And I'm safe and I'm okay, really. And thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone who took his time or her time to send a message.
Fantastic, yeah. I'm just curious, you talked about the time between clubs when you left Turkey and there, and the things you had to do, keep fit, family and all. The one thing I didn't hear you mention is prayer, and now you're in the middle of a war. and everybody talks about Miya as the guy who is between mosque and football pitch. Nothing else in between. So why did you skip that part? Tell us about that. Have you been praying desperately about these things? And
I was praying for them really, because it's shock. I was so surprised, even when because the day we had to travel, the next day, it's when the war started. It's so surprising and shocking. The next day, everything happened.
okay.
So it's like I just had to go and come back again, leave. I just went to be like a beast, For one day, then I had to leave the next day. That's how it happened.
Okay, who's handling your expenses? Finally, who's handling all these expenses you have to go through? Flights, training, hotel, whatever.
It was on the club.
Tests. Yeah, the club. Even in London.
Yeah, I left there. We're communicating, but I think we'll be waiting after 1 week to get the final communication. I think they may cancel the league, but they're not sure. In a week.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Farouk Miya, for joining us. The audio wasn't great, but we've been able to pick most of the important things on your journey from Ukraine to London, and we hope you stay safe. We'll keep checking on you, Farouk, for the next few days going forward. For our viewers, that's Farouk Miya, Uganda craze midfielder, famous for scoring the goal that ended Uganda's 4-decade wait to appear at the Africa Cup of Nations when Uganda qualified for the 2017 AFCON that was held in